Israel's Prime Minister and his right-wing bloc have done worse than expected in the parliamentary elections. Benjamin Netanyahu is claiming victory, but he will have to reach out to other political parties to form a broad coalition.
Technically, Israel's Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, was just about the winner in this election, but it didn't feel that way. After weeks where the polls had suggested a clear victory for his right-wing Likud Beitenu bloc, his support dwindled, and Mr. Netanyahu now faces a struggle to form a government. Voters seem to focus on social issues, the cost of living and the economy. Among the main benefactors was Yair Lapid and his centrist Future Party. He's a former journalist and a newcomer to politics.
I am proud to be your Prime Minister, and I also thank you that you gave me the opportunity for the third time to lead the State of Israel.
Who is Yair Lapid? A former journalist, talk show host, amateur boxer, listed among Israel's sexiest men. And after Tuesday's election, Lapid is also the newest, brightest star on the political scene. His party, Yesh Atid, winning an astonishing 18 seats in parliament, an upset that makes Lapid the most wanted partner in any coalition.
The state of Israel is standing in front of uneasy challenges. We're facing economic crises that threaten to destroy the Israeli middle class, facing a world that will boycott us because of the diplomatic freeze, and facing the breakdown of social equality. There is only one way that we can face those challenges: together.
But what do Lapid and his party stand for?
Together with you, we can change the priorities in this country.
Yesh Atid translates into there is a future. The party's platform, however, is decidedly domestic. Affordable housing, improving education, and their hot-button issue, putting an end to the exemption from mandatory military service for ultra-Orthodox Jews. There is much less on how to resolve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, but in interviews, Lapid has proposed Israel should give up much of the West Bank while retaining control of Jerusalem. For many Israeli voters, Lapid represents the modern secular voice of Israel, and his strong showing in the polls brings the center back into Israeli politics. Benjamin Netanyahu remains the front-runner to be prime minister, but Yair Lapid now has the political clout to choose between becoming the key partner in a Netanyahu-led coalition or leading the opposition. Either way, after this election night, Yair Lapid and Yesh Atid are a new force to be reckoned with.
Well, there is a party going on, but it's a pretty subdued one. This is not exactly what a lot of Likud supporters would have hoped for, not in the original plan, if you like, namely that Benjamin Netanyahu would return as Prime Minister, heading a coalition which drew on a pretty similar part of the political spectrum to the last one. That's not what's happened, largely as a result of this surprisingly good performance from Yair Lapid, not expected to do particularly well. He's kind of emerged from nowhere, a former TV presenter, news presenter, very well known here in Israel, less well known outside the country. Populist candidates did catch the imagination during a campaign which many people judged a little bit dull and predictable. Him and Naftali Bennett to the right of Netanyahu, but in the end it's Mr. Lapid whose particular brand of populism seems to have proved the most popular.